Howdy, this is Ryan Person again. We fished a tournament on Lake of Egypt in Marion, Illinois. It's more of a grass lake. There's not a lot of rock, silt banks, but we had a pretty good showing. We finished 15th out of 67 boats with 10 pounds, almost 11, 1085. We got to our first spot. We were fishing a grass line, and we start out with this drop shot. This is a half-ounce Wu tungsten cylinder drop shot weight, and we were using a black tripworm. We would fish that bait, just get it kind of hung up in the grass, and then just shake it. They would just come out of nowhere and just thump it. I caught my limit on that bait in an hour. Got my first bite in like the first 5 minutes. Senko was another. A Wacky Rig Senko was another one of the baits that we used. Caught one of my bigger fish on this side of the day. Just fishing the shallower part of those grass lines. This is one we used really heavily in pre-fishing. This is an Ultravibe Speedworm with a 3/8 ounce Wu tungsten weight with a rattle, a tungsten bead, and a Wu tungsten bobber stop. What we really keyed in on once that cold front that we were dealing with, all that rain and stuff, started moving in, we switched up to this Ned rig, 3/16 ounce Ned rig, and same kind of areas, just fishing a little bit deeper. We caught most of our fish in 2 to 8 feet of water, I'd say. There was a lot of teams that weighed in limits. I think 30 of the teams weighed in a limit of fish. For the tournament, it was a minimum 12-inch length limit on largemouth. It's kind of different from fishing our clear, deep reservoirs that we have here in southwest Missouri. You really gotta make sure you have the right color in that dirtier water. And we were just one bite away from really having a great finish. We fished well, fished really good, actually, and probably could have done a little better with my fish handling. I broke off a couple fish on that Ned rig, just got excited. That's only 10-pound line, and that's a bite, and I just set the hook as hard as I could instead of realizing it's a finesse rod in my hand. There wasn't a lot else that I would have done different in the day. We tried some big baits, tried jigs, but they were really keyed in on that Ned rig and that drop shot. We caught probably 30 or 40 fish, 20 of them probably keepers. We culled fish all the way up until 2 o'clock. Wind was kind of blowing really hard, so it was tough with boat positioning and getting in the right position with those baits to be effective. That was my first. These past few weeks fishing that lake, that was my first time fishing any lakes in Illinois. And it's a whole different animal. But because of my sponsors, Wu Tungsten, with this half-ounce drop shot weight, that wind was really not a factor. We were able to keep the bait down and feel it the whole time. With this 3/8 ounce with the bead, I think we got a little bit more of a calling type bait, so we could call those fish up. We didn't catch any fish to weigh in on this bait, but it helped us find fish when we were pre-fishing. I caught one that was probably a little bit over 6 pounds on that bait. My dad caught one on the Ned rig that was over 5. A lot of guys were bank beating, just kind of junk fishing with crankbaits and spinnerbaits, and with that kind of lake, you just kind of gotta get lucky when it comes to big fish, because they're in that pre-spawn stage, and that's a power plant lake. So up by the dam where they're running power through the power plant, the water temp when they're running is 60 degrees, and down where we were fishing, the water was 52, 53. But just being methodical with the way you fish the baits, really kind of reined in as a better way to fish. But it was a great event. It was cool to go out there and fish completely different stuff than I normally would here in the Ozarks. The only thing I think I would have done better is not gotten so excited when I got bites and broke 3 or 4 fish off. Huge shout out to my sponsors, Woo Tungsten and Crank Fishing. This is a Woo Tungsten shirt, and they really give a great product line for a great price. Pretty good compared to the other stuff on the market. So leave me some feedback in the comments, subscribe, like. Have a great day and be safe out there fishing.